This past weekend, NFL players took their disrespectful protest to a whole new level that has a majority of Americans disgusted. These arrogant players, coaches, and some team owners joined arms and spit in the face of our veterans by kneeling during the national anthem. Then, to add insult to injury, national anthem singer, Jordin Sparks, sent a stunning message to all Americans that proves just how far off base she and her fellow protesters truly are. Over the last 8 years, our country was divided by the Barack Obama administration as he pitted Americans against each other. No longer were we Americans that stood tall against the world, but have been reduced to our race, sexual orientation, and gender. These liberals knew that to destroy our country they needed to divide us by creating a race war. If we were busy being pitted against each other, then we would cause the demise of our great country and they could implement their new world order. Now, after just a few short years, they seem to have got their wish as the American people are more divided than ever. That division has seeped into every aspect of our lives, including America's favorite sport of football. NFL players have decided that instead of paying respect to our country and our veterans by standing for the national anthem, they would take a knee in protest. The protests have only grown over the last few weeks, but this weekend they reached epic proportions. Not only did the players send a clear message to the American people, but so did Jordin Sparks, who sang the national anthem. Written on Sparks' left hand was Prov 31:8-9, which is in reference to the book of Proverbs in the Holy Bible. The verse reads, "Speak up for those who cannot speak for themselves. For the rights of all who are destitute. Speak up and judge fairly. Defend the rights of the poor and needy." See what she did there? Sparks is using the Bible to shame Christian conservatives for speaking out against a manufactured protest. Here is more Daily Mail. Singer Jordin Sparks had some unusual writing on her hand while performing the national anthem at the Monday night football game between the Dallas Cowboys and the Arizona Cardinals. During her performance, she was shown with writing on her left hand that read, Prov 31:8-9. The reference is to the book of Proverbs, which appears in both the Hebrew Bible and the Old Testament. Proverb 31:8 reads, "Speak up for those who cannot speak for themselves, for the rights of all who are destitute." Proverb 31:9 reads, "Speak up and judge fairly, defend the rights of the poor and needy." People took to Twitter to speculate that the scribble was a silent, though pointed, message to President Donald Trump and others accused of trying to silence social justice movements. Steve McCleary wrote, "Jordin Sparks. Brilliant move with the scripture. I hope this gets through to all of the conservative Christians who are failing to love." User @GreatWorkBaby tweeted, "Jordin Sparks was bringing the biblical heat to critique Trump." And Brittany Danielle commented, "Jordin Sparks dropping that biblical shade on Trump and those upset over #take a knee." At Monday's football game in Glendale, Arizona, the Dallas Cowboys dropped to one knee for a few seconds before standing up and locking arms to sing the national anthem. The team's owner, Jerry Jones, joined them in their unique display of solidarity with other NFL players who have knelt or sat over the weekend during the national anthem. Coach Jason Garrett also joined. The team stood with linked arms for the national anthem. The Arizona Cardinals did the same. The Cowboys beat the Cardinals 28-17. Okay, let's just stop and think about this entire situation here for a minute, shall we? These liberals and those in the black community are busy protesting supposed police brutality, calling it a black genocide, but fail to address the big pink elephant in the room. Whenever someone brings up the topic of abortion, they become silent, since that is the actual black genocide. The founder of Planned Parenthood, Margaret Sanger, was a proud supporter of black eugenics and advocated birth control to keep the black population low. In fact, Planned Parenthood places 70% of their abortion facilities within or near black and Hispanic communities. Here are just a few quotes from the liberals' patron saint. "We should hire 3 or 4 colored ministers, preferably with social service backgrounds, and with engaging personalities. The most successful educational approach to the Negro is through a religious appeal. We don't want the word to go out that we want to exterminate the Negro population. And the minister is the man who can straighten out that idea if it ever occurs to any of their more rebellious members. And, that is not all, folks. Instead of decreasing and aiming to eliminate the stocks that are most detrimental to the future of the race and the world, it tends to render them to a menacing degree dominant. We are paying for, and even submitting to, the dictates of an ever-increasing, unceasingly spawning class of human beings who never should have been born at all. Birth control must lead ultimately to a cleaner race. So, where are those protests for those lives? Or, where are the protests for stopping black-on-black violence, and where are the protests for the reinstatement of the black family? Oh, wait, those don't fit their agenda. All those mentioned above promote family, love, and personal responsibility, and it is easier to blame everyone else than themselves. So, until these NFL players and celebrities address those issues, they will continue to lose fans. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, then please subscribe to my channel.